I'm going to use this scene of James Bond from Skyfall to show you step by step exactly what to do on a date to make a woman wildly attracted to you and chase you. Let's get into the video, fellas.
Now you can afford to buy me a drink.
Maybe I'll even stretch to 2. I'm guessing I've got 4 million euros in here.
Right, fellas, there is an abundance of things you can learn just from this one scene. Let me show you.
Buy me a drink.
So, fellas, the first thing I want you to know is literally the time it takes James to respond, right? This is what we call non-reactivity, right? A way you can display non-reactivity is by delaying your response to people, delaying your response to external stimulus, right? So, for example, let's rewatch it and I'll show you.
Now you can afford to buy me a drink.
Maybe I'll even stretch to 2.
Again, it takes him a number of seconds to respond. Now, why is this attractive? Simply, fellas, non-reactivity signals emotional mastery. And the scientific literature has found that emotional mastery is one of the most attractive traits to women. So then the question is, well, how do you display emotional mastery to women? By being non-reactive. This is a quick tip that will instantly boost the amount of attraction she has for you.
I'm guessing I've got 4 million euros in here.
Fellas, I want to give you another tactic. Watch James' eye contact when he speaks, because we're really going to hit this point hard later in the video, because if you get eye contact, if you get attention, if you get that right by using your eye contact correctly, you can literally make any woman chase you at the end of a first date. It is a simple biological reaction. Let me show you.
2. I'm guessing I've got 4 million euros in here.
Fellas, what I want you to notice is when James speaks, he gives strong eye contact. Now, we're going to get to this point later, but just this point, right, when you speak, give strong eye contact. Well, the first thing, fellas, it's going to make you look extremely confident. Now, why? Because most men, when they speak to people, yes, they look at them, but they dart their eye contact around. They can't hold fixed eye contact. And you may be doing this. So the first thing, fellas, when you hold strong eye contact, it's going to make you look incredibly confident. The second thing is, fellas, this is more what is going to signal psychologically, subconsciously to her, is that when you speak, people listen. Because this behavior is classic high status male behavior. Holding strong eye contact, key when you speak. Right? We're going to get to this point later, but that's another tactical tip you can take away and use literally right now.
Not bad. I like this game.
Well, why don't we play another?
Fellas, what I want you to notice is look at James's eye contact now. I'm going to rewind the clip and then I'm going to point this out to you.
Not bad.
So as soon as James stops speaking, she starts speaking. What does he do? Well, he removes his eye contact. Now, why is this so important? Because what this signals is, fellas, by removing your eye contact, you limit your attention, right? When you limit your attention, right, what is limited becomes rare. What is rare is valuable. Okay? So if you limit your eye contact, your attention therefore becomes valuable. High status men, their attention is by definition rare, right? It is limited. It is valuable. Why? Because high status men are men on a mission. They have a purpose. Hence, their attention is going to that purpose and mission. Right? So a quick tactical tip you can use to make her perceive you as high status, as high ranking, is by limiting your eye contact when she is speaking to you.
I like this game.
Well, why don't we play another?
I don't gamble. I'm not very lucky.
A little like our friend in Shanghai.
I've been waiting to see who would redeem the chip.
Fellas, the next advanced tactic I want to point out is something I call body angles. Now, what are body angles? Well, they're simply the direction, the angle your bodies are pointing in. Now, fellas, if we look at her body angle compared to James, now what is this? Well, body angles are another way that you signal where your attention is going. Now, where is James's pointing? Not towards her. It's pointing away from her. What does this signal to her subconsciously? That again, you have not got my attention. My attention is rare. It must be, keyword, earned. That's what this is going to signal to the woman. Now, when she perceives your attention as it has to be earned, when she thinks that, which you're going to make her think that by doing these body language cues, what's this going to cause her to do? Again, it's going to make her think you're high status, high ranking. Yep, we get that. It's going to cause her to chase you. It's going to cause her to give you even more of her attention. And what's that going to do? It's going to cause her to think you are above her. And this is key because women only date up. Women only date men higher in status than them. This is the literal scientific definition of hypergamy. Women only date men higher in status than them. A fast way to make any woman perceive you as higher status than them is by limiting the attention they give you.
You made such a bold entrance into a little drama.
Did I overcomplicate the plot?
Who doesn't appreciate the occasional twist, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Now, fellas, why is this so good? It's been 50 seconds, and James has probably looked at her for about 5 of those 50 seconds. So about 10% has he given her his attention, whereas she's giving her his attention about 90% of the time. Right? Now, why is this important? Now, in her head, James's attention is limited, right? He's not giving her any eye contact. It's limited. Great. But when he speaks, or when he says this line, he looks at her. Right? He gives his attention strongly. Strong eye contact again, right? Excellent. Well, what does this signal? That the point you are making now is important. Right? So if you ever want to emphasize a point, right, limit your attention. Then when you make the point, give your attention. This is how you captivate people. This is how you become incredibly mysterious and incredibly compelling. By limiting your attention, then finally giving it when you want to make an important point.
Severine, so Mr. Bond, shall we discuss your next performance over that drink?
I like that.
Right, the next thing I want to point out, fellas, is a classic dominance and classic submission cue. Now, what you need to understand is, fellas, submission is typically associated with femininity, whereas dominance is typically associated with masculinity. Okay? The important thing is, fellas, scientifically, what creates attraction? It is the difference between femininity and masculinity. That is what creates attraction. Hence, if you are more dominant, fellas, that will make her more submissive, which will in turn increase the gap between her femininity and your masculinity, which will create more attraction. Great. Why am I telling you this? If we observe James Bond versus her, you will notice she is smiling. And combined with that, she is showing teeth. Smiling and showing teeth are classic submission signals, whereas not smiling, not showing teeth are classic dominance cues. So this is a very fast way you can increase your dominance by not smiling or by smiling less and never showing teeth. Again, these little advanced tactics all add up to make her perceive you as a high-ranking dominant man.
Will your friends be joining us?
That, I'm afraid, is inevitable.
She's pretty,
No.
if you like that sort of thing.
I'll keep you posted.
Now, what we just saw here, fellas, obviously James was talking to his partner, right? Moneypenny, right? Obviously they're on interops together, but what I can pull from this scene for you is an excellent example of how to speak to women on first dates. Let me rewind this, and I'm going to pull out what is so good and what you can emulate.
She's pretty.
No.
Right. These questions that Moneypenny is asking him through interrupts, his radio, right, is designed to elicit a reaction and get information. Listen to how James deals with this.
If you like that sort of thing.
I'll keep you posted.
Notice how he literally gives no reaction and he reveals no information. This is exactly how high-ranking men talk to beautiful women. They elicit no reaction and they always give roundabout answers. They never answer the question, why? Unanswered questions, fellas, creates what we call mystery. And mystery is one of the biggest drivers of attraction. So if you want to ace a first date, if you want to ace a second date, a reliable way to do that is by answering questions using that framework. Never give a reaction or never get emotional, and always give an ambiguous response. Never reveal information. Both of these, I mean, not giving a reaction is going to signal emotional mastery, which we talked about earlier, and giving an ambiguous answer, not revealing any information, is going to increase mystery, both of which are two of the most attractive traits you can possibly have. Fellas, this was just a brief analysis of this scene, but if you want more in-depth, more advanced, more psychologically backed tactics that you can literally copy and deploy into your life that work 100% of the time because they're based on science, all you have to do is click the top link in the description and watch the video on that page, because that video will give you a walkthrough of my scientifically proven dating and attraction system. Where if you're going to watch the video, and if you're interested in that system, all you have to do is schedule a time to speak with a member of my team. And what will happen is, fellas, when you get on the phone with them, they will literally just give you what we call a full inside look of the system. You get a look fully inside, and then you can decide if you want it or not. Right? So if you want to do that, do that. If you don't, no problem, fellas. I will see you in the next video.